Hello, my name's Eve. Welcome to this overview of the Pocket Garden Design Competition. This video will cover what the competition is, reasons why schools take part, and there will be some examples of the different ways that schools created their designs and signposts to resources. So what is the Pocket Garden Design Competition? It's an annual competition for nurseries, primary and secondary schools in Scotland to design a small garden that's good for wildlife and grows food for people. A new theme is given each year to inspire your pupils' creativity. To take part, email your designs to pocketgarden@keepscotlandbeautiful.org by the deadline. Then the judges will select which school's designs will go forward to the showcase. Those schools build and grow their garden. They send in photographs of that process and the finished garden to appear in the national online showcase. The public can then vote for their favourite garden, and Best Garden for Wildlife, Best Garden for Food for People, and Best for the annual theme are awarded. Here are some reasons why you might want to take part. It's a context for learning for sustainability within the curriculum for excellence. It's a framework for learning that links design, problem solving and sustainability across the curriculum. It can contribute to your EcoSchool Scotland work and your Green Flag application. It's joyful and practical cross-curricular learning. Taking part in Pocket Garden builds transferable skills that can be applied in developing other outdoor spaces at school or at home. There may be some spaces that you already know that you want to improve. Pocket gardens are small gardens that support learning on an accessible scale. Different areas of your grounds will provide different opportunities for improvement, like this one, as a focal point on a patch of grass. Or this one, providing interaction and interest on a hard surface. This is what some schools have told us about their experience of taking part. At Stowe Primary, a group of boys involved in the design said at least 30 times that it was the best thing they'd ever done in school. It was just a brilliant, authentic way for the children to learn more about local biodiversity and community sustainability. The P7 pupils at Castle Douglas Primary enjoyed the design process and had a lot of fun imagining what they could put in their garden. They really liked taking their learning outdoors and enjoyed this way of working. The pupils at Bankery Academy learned to work as a team, to persevere, to plan, to put planning in action. They developed creative and problem-solving skills, and they learned the importance of caring for nature and why wildlife and why encouraging pollinators is important. If you're interested in taking part, here's what your design must show. It must show how it's good for wildlife. For example, it could include plants that provide food for wildlife or that wildlife could use to build their shelter. Remember to say what they are. It must include plants that people can eat. You could have vegetables or herbs, salads, leafy greens, or even edible flowers. It must show how it is inspired by the annual theme. The theme changes every year, and you can interpret the theme in any way you like. There are some suggestions in the competition brochure to get you started. Here are some examples of designs from previous years. This design uses children's artwork that was then labelled by an educator. Remember, you are not judged on the quality of the image or the drawing, but on the ideas and how well they fit the competition criteria. You could use a poster and on a large scale and label that, but please make sure that we can read your labels. This drawing was inspired by a found item. An old trolley was found on a beach clean, rescued and turned into a pocket garden representing the Jack and the Beanstalk story. This design was also inspired by found objects that were left at the school after some building work. It's a photograph of items and materials with descriptions of how they will be used. Your pupils can draw their design on a computer or by hand. They can work individually or as a small group or as a whole class with ideas input from everyone. This design is a bird's eye view plan. It gives information on the measurements as well as a numbered plant list. Labels on your design are really important to help you explain your ideas, for example about reusing something as part of creating your garden. You can use labels or a separate description to tell us about how you will follow the pocket garden principles that are explained in the design brief. And there are resources to help inspire your design. There's the annual competition brochure that I encourage you to read. It's got all the full competition details. And there's the online showcase from last year's selected designs. And there are pocket garden stories and photographs from all the previous years as well. I hope that's helped. If you still have any questions, please feel free to email at the address on the screen. And in the meantime, happy designing.